This is the All Things Nerd Podcast, Season 4, Episode 13, Quarantine, Week 2, or Nerd Quarantine, I think we titled the episode. Yeah, we got nowhere else to go, so we're here. And the more things change, the more they stay the same. We've been doing this for 4 years, and we have yet to miss a Friday to record this podcast when we are actually on our streaming schedule. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for coming in. We got a lot of fun games to do tonight and a couple stories to talk about. But other than that, here's the intro. Hello, all the Geek Enthusiasts and Nerd Aficionados. This is Mess5150, welcoming you back to another All Things Nerd podcast while we're all on quarantine. This is Season 4, Episode 13. This podcast is brought to you by Malice-Corp.com. Go on over to Malice-Corp.com and check us out and see all the previous episodes, all the articles that get written up there. And hey, you can check out another podcast that just came back from the Malice Corp family called Comics for All. 2 new episodes came out this last week, and you should go check them out because they did have their best interview that I've heard so far. Really enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun listening to it. So check out Comics for All, and they're fun to look up on Twitter at All for Comics and chit chat with them as well. So with that, let's get into this this little thing that we do called a podcast, and we start this podcast out with a thing that we called Get Your Geek On.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Getting Your Geek On is what we've been doing to keep our sanity while we sit at our homes because there's nothing else we can do. That's really what it is this week. My geek out has been 2 binges of rewatches, and that's rewatching Westworld so that I can be caught up to watch new episodes as they're coming out, because I got lost when there was the year missing between seasons.
It's way too easy. Season 2 was so confusing. You need to rewatch it in order to know.
That's why, because
happening.
We started out with season 3, the first episode of season 3, me and my wife, and we're like, what happened? So we had to go back and rewatch, and I just started from the beginning, which most shows, when you talk about rewatchability, and Westworld is a good show, but when you already know all the twists and turns that are coming in the first season, it's still good, but it's not as like mind-blowing as it was the first one.
It's a different experience.
Mm-hmm. Big time. The other re-binge, Lucifer, because I never actually watched the most recent season on Netflix, so I figured why not go back to the beginning and just watch Lucifer all over, because that show is so great. And it makes it even better when you come across an episode where one of the most despicable, all about me characters from Fear the Walking Dead plays a priest in an episode of Lucifer, which is, I forgot his name. Come on.
Father Gabriel?
No, the guy that's all about himself on Fear the Walking Dead. African-American actor.
Yeah. Ooh.
You talking about from season 1?
No, he's still on the show. Well, unless he's still on the show.
Wasn't he in season 1 of the original Walking Dead?
He's on Fear the Walking Dead from the beginning.
The only African American actor still on the show is Father Gabriel.
No, Fear the Walking Dead, not Walking Dead.
Oh, Fear. Oh, yeah, I got none.
Jack's the Strider.
Talking about Strand?
Victor Strand. Yes, Victor.
Victor Strand, absolutely. Okay,
Victor
played
the priest in an episode of Lucifer where he's trying to help out this 12-year-old boy, and I'm just like, that's Victor Strand. Okay, that was it. Yeah,
brilliant actor, love him. He's great. I totally forgot.
It was just funny to see him as a completely different, and Fear the Walking Dead hadn't come out yet when the first season of Lucifer was out. So, and Mrs. Malice, who does the Walking Dead podcast with us whenever we get back to it, is yelling at us that it was
eventually
the Strand. So,
yeah. Now that the season's almost over.
But moving on.
Actually, she's yelling Strider, which is Lord of the Rings character. So
yeah,
totally wrong.
I think he meant Strand though. Moving on to it. Icy Zora, what have you been geeking out on?
Let's see here. Over the last week or so, my job has required me to still come in most days this week. I'm an instructor, and we still have people in to be instructed. So On the off time that I've had, which is more than normal, I've been catching up on The Walking Dead. Holy crap. So good. If we ever get back to doing the Walking Dead cast again, I'm totally with Bearded Master and Mrs. Malice. There's been some fantastic developments in that. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. It's the first time I played in like 4 years, and I'm better than I remembered. My kill death ratio is over 1, so I'm pretty happy. I'm looking forward to, after we get done recording this podcast tonight, I'm going to get into season 3 of Ozark, which I know Bearded Master is about to talk about. I love that show. I'm about to get back into it. I've been watching the dumbest show on Netflix, which is The Goop Lab. And if you watch The Goop Lab and you believe anything that they say, you're an idiot.
All right.
It's just dumb.
Is it the dumbest show? Because I held back. I didn't want to be shamed for this, but I binged Love is Blind on Netflix.
See, a lot of people are talking about Love is Blind, and I want to watch it, but I feel like you watch that knowing it's stupid. The people that watch Goop Lab are thinking, oh, this is real.
Oh, I know. Science. I got to talk about Love is Blind for a second here then. Sorry. Here's the thing. Love is Blind, you think it's just a whole entire season of just them sitting in boxes, talking to each other, and then deciding, oh, I want to marry you and I've never met you. That's only like the first 2-3 episodes. Then they send them out afterwards to like have their little mini honeymoons and stuff before they get married. But they send them out with the other people that they were talking to as well, which they didn't know that they were in the same place with them. So now they're actually seeing the other people they were falling for face-wise and seeing which ones they chose.
But I feel like, look, Love is Blind is a pale imitation of what was The Genius that was Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
Which was on, I believe, IFC or something like that, where the people never actually met each other until they were at the altar and then had to get legally married.
The fun thing about Love is Blind is having people trying to decide between different voices off of their personalities and then choosing one and then seeing the other person later and going, oh, crap. I mean, everybody's hot on the show. They need to throw an Uggo in there. Jack, our producer, says he's geeking out, editing and working on the production of the new Malice Corp actual play podcast. So an actual role-playing D&D podcast. I've heard the first 2 episodes. He's tweaking those out. He's got about 2.75 1-hour episodes edited, and you're looking at about 3.5 hours of raw audio to still edit. So there's a lot of that coming. So keep an eye out for that, or an ear out rather. That'll be coming up on podcasts. Shameless plug, says Jack Malice. Also joining us on the cast is the Bearded Master. What have you been geeking out on, sir?
I have been geeking out on a little bit of everything. Still continuing with the binge of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, so I'm almost done with season 2 of that series. There's only 3 seasons, so I'm getting closer to the end of that. Started watching Big Love again the other day, started rewatching that series. And then as far as Netflix comes,
good show.
When you guys talking about dumbest shows on Netflix, you guys, I don't know how you're missing it, how you guys haven't jumped on the wave yet, but the by far dumbest show, you got to be talking about Tiger King. My goodness.
So many people are talking about that.
I'm only like 3 episodes in, and my goodness. Wow.
From what I've heard, that look on your face where you're like, what? That never goes away.
It doesn't. It just gets more and more. You're like, what the? And then the look, it becomes a look of shame. Like, I'm still watching this? All right. And then to finalize, to go with that, today was release of season 3 of Ozarks. I finished up episode 7 right before I jumped on here. And
how many total is it?
10 episodes still. Fantastic thus far. I don't want to give away too much, but the level of
Jason Bateman still amazing?
Always. But the level of who you hate the most every episode changes, and it's fantastic.
A couple things.
And also to go with that, I did start playing Call of Duty Warzone the other day. For the first time in forever, I've been playing Call of Duty.
Everybody's on Call of Duty.
Need to be friends.
We're literally at home. There's nothing else to do besides play Call of Duty.
Friend me up, bro. We will do that together.
We've got this.
A couple things from the chat room. Red Meatball said, what is an Uggo? Which Super Hoovian responded to, a normal person, not a supermodel, which is basically it. And she said an Uggo should only apply to the personality. 100% agree with that. The problem is there are all these like really hot people, and I'd like to see if they really do fall in love with somebody based off of just their personality after seeing somebody that's not super hot as well.
Okay, to jump in there, if you want to know what an Uggo is, look at the entire cast of Tiger King, and that's an Uggo.
Speaking of Tiger King,
they're not even ugly. They're just off.
I mean, they literally have like 2 teeth and are methed out. They're like full blown meth out and cat addicted people. Like, okay.
Jack
Not only are
says-
they on meth, but Charlie Sheen probably got tiger blood from them.
Winning.
Okay. Jack also says that Mrs. Malice, his wife, watched Tiger King, and he had to go to the garage and drink alone in the garage because Tiger King was that bad. So,
It made
is that why he did it?
Tiger
That's
King
his excuse.
made
Okay.
me make a picture of margaritas last night.
okay, moving on to somebody else.
Tiger King made me smoke meth.
Moving on to somebody else that's here on the cast trying to do his best to keep protected right now, and probably not playing Call of Duty because he's probably been playing Fortnite. Masonic Vader joins us on the cast. What have you been geeking out on, Masonic?
I wear the mask to hide my shame of playing Fortnite, but I have been playing Call of Duty as well. Thank you very much. Been playing Call of Duty. Thank you. I'm going to take this off because apparently everyone else decided to take theirs off. What the heck?
You also need to change the SD on that to an LA because that's irrelevant.
Hey, old school, baby. Old school. So I've been geeking out on checking out Picard. I got the free week on CBS, so I got about through 3.5 episodes of that.
Dude. So good.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm working on it. And then I showed my kid Top Gun.
Yeah.
I watched it the other day as well. It was fantastic. I was like, oh,
absolutely.
my goodness.
Did you hold him upside down so he watched it inverted?
No. But then he was
Did you have him throw dog tags off of something into the ocean?
Dude, we're confined to our house. How good do you think his arm is?
I need to adjust my references.
Hold on, man.
If
Beaches didn't get closed off until today.
If they could throw dog tags from my place, man, he's gonna be in the quarterback.
Got
no
a
time
hell of an
at all.
arm.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. I have started playing Call of Duty as well, and and then my kid and I were building Millennium Falcon Legos. We're pretty much done with that. And I did start watching that Tigers King. What the F? That's all I gotta say. And then because we are doing that whole stay at home thing, I think we've gotten through half of the Infinity Gauntlet run. I think we just finished Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Nice. Since you're doing Legos and Millennium Falcon, I don't know if you guys have watched it yet, but Lego Masters on Fox.
Yes,
next fantastic. Next week. Final 3. Rebuilding Star Wars scenes, classic Star Wars scenes. It looks like Hoth, Endor, and the Battle Crate.
Yes.
Okay.
Well then,
so
Super Hoovian, you're up next.
Yeah, what happened? I've been watching. I think I rewatched. I'm in the middle of rewatching Leverage. I refinished Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I binged that again. So yeah, I started Leverage over. I caught up on all the things that are still current, and I don't know how current they will be. Let's see, finish This Is Us season 4, A Million Little Things season 4, or no, 2. Excuse me, season 2. What else is there? Caught up on Modern Family. Caught up on Supernatural. Caught up on The Rookie. Caught up on Prodigal Son.
Is The Rookie good? I love Nathan
I
Fillion,
like it.
but
Yeah. No,
not sold.
it's actually pretty good. It's surprisingly, the characters are very, very engaging. The plot lines are unique. He's got a good, because I mean it's a completely different drama when he's in a different stage of his life from everyone else, but yet he still manages to connect with all the other rookies. They've got some good things that they have to go out and solve, good cases and things like that. And it's in its 2nd season, and I really, really like it. In fact, they just did one.
Is Nathan Fillion still Nathan Fillion? That's my main question.
Well, yeah, he's still got that innate quality in him that draws you in. He's got a little bit of Mal going on, when he's out with his gun. A little bit, but I see mostly a lot of him. This is what I would have pictured him to be in Castle if he had actually been a cop.
Yeah, but do they have a tiger zoo? Because if they don't have a tiger zoo, this show ain't shit.
No.
Does anybody get their arm ripped off?
Can you hear me?
Yay!
Yes.
He's
Okay, all right.
back.
We can
No,
indeed
no
hear you
Tiger
again.
Zoo. Nobody gets their arm ripped off, but somebody did get buried alive in an oil drum.
I'll say that person did go back to work after 5 days after getting her arm ripped off. So kudos to her, man.
Yeah.
Kudos to her.
Chat room. So you didn't hear me say that Ruru2 joins us in the chat and says only half? How can you
No.
call yourself nerds?
We did not.
Oh,
Okay, there, yeah. So
Now
that's
we
what
do.
I'm trying to say.
I did half in 3 days, for God's sake. That's a lot of freaking binge Marvel, man. Come
Look,
on.
Look,
Jack also says,
I-
okay, Super has watched everything.
Yeah.
HJZ Grok joins
Yeah.
us and says that they're watching they're binging Shameless, and Red Meepaw started The Magicians.
I have also watched nearly everything, but if I, laid it out, it would be just me the whole podcast. So nobody wants that.
No, we don't.
No, in fact, let's get through this. That's what we've been geeking out on. I'm sure
I
we'll
love
find
you guys
more
too.
stuff to do, and especially when we get to somebody's got to talk about it with the just a little tease. It's the best streaming shows of 2020 so far, and if we think that they should be on that list or not, or checked out. Yeah, so that's at the end of the show. Before we get to that, we have some other little games to play. And before we even get to that, if you are watching this on Twitch, you can support us by subscribing to the channel, dropping these things called bits that you can use. But you get these things that accumulate for free that are points, and you can change up what goes on in the show by utilizing those points. In fact, if you wanted to get a rant of anything from Super outside of political or religious, you can cash in points to get a 60-second rant from Super. You can also request trivia games at the end of the show, all different types of stuff. It's that little, you see a number down in the corner with our logo. You click on that. That shows you what stuff you can purchase and buy and whatnot. Eventually, we'll be getting other things on there as well. So if you're holding out for the big prizes, like getting Jack Malice to come join and talk on the cast, that'll be 50,000 points, and you're going to have to bank that up for quite a while. So
Be involved.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's get into the first thing we're gonna do. We did this with video games once before, and I saw this trending on on Twitter. So I decided let's have fun with this, and that was, what is your name based on something? Before we did it for what was the game that's we're waiting on?
It's a Facebook game. It's one of those like, hey, if you're, put your emotional state.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is, what is your quarantine name? Is basically what it is. And that's what's trending on Twitter. So we thought we'd have some fun with it. Your quarantine nickname is how you feel right now, plus the last thing you ate out of your cupboard. So this person that put that up said, you can call me Angry Chili Mango.
Does the freezer count?
I guess. So I see. Do you have your quarantine nickname for the rest of the
yeah, absolutely. I am exhausted chicken wrap from Costco.
You had to throw in from Costco.
It's all
Yeah,
different
I mean,
levels.
those are very specific. It comes in a box of 15, and they're friggin' delicious.
But that's
Costco.
traditional English, He's IC from Costco, I'm the son of so and so,
I am bulk consumable. Yes.
What about you,
Not
Masonic?
toilet paper.
Masonic, what's your quarantine nickname?
Pissed off fish sticks.
That's funny.
Were you like a gay fish?
That's why he likes Tiger King so much.
HZ Grok says happy beef ramen with egg. Red Meepaw's positive popcorn. I love it. I love the. And Jack Malice is angry peanut butter cookie.
Yeah.
I have to ask about the happy part of.
Do I have to put the fish sticks and chips? Because I did have fries with that. So
depends on how you define chips, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. What about you, Bearded Master? What's your quarantine nickname?
So I thought when I read the list earlier how to make it, I thought I saw a different list, so I came up with a different name. And now that you gave the different definition, now I realize that my name is even worse. Because now it went from Impatient Eggs. I thought I was like, what's limited, we can't find. to what I actually ate, which is now Impatient Fruit Cup.
Oh, Impatient Fruit Cup is my favorite 80s new wave cover band.
Right there with Pissed Off Fish Sticks. All right.
No, Pissed Off Fish Sticks is my favorite late 70s new punk cover band.
Oh, I thought that was like a 90s grunge band.
Zell Geisler is anxiety-ridden Trisket.
Oh, poor Trisket. Triskets cause anxiety. Are you kidding me? The way those things
And
go
lots
out your
of
mouth.
fiber.
Well, why would you eat a Trisket? That's terrible. That's a terrible choice.
There's a
Why you
lot
have
of
Triscuits are amazing and delicious.
Yeah,
Triscuits
but
are
there's
good.
Yeah, I love
there's a-
sandpaper in my mouth too. You
No.
dicks.
Hey. I
unfortunately, there's a lot of fiber in that. So you have enough toilet paper.
I like the black pepper and olive oil Triscuits. Those are good with cheese.
Those are good. Yeah.
Do you not? You don't want all the skin on the top of your mouth? Is that the thing?
No,
I'm
if
not-
you put like
we're
a
not-
piece of like sandwich meat or cheese on there, it doesn't rub against your top of your mouth like that.
Oh, this is
Don't-
this is a
Hey,
dividing
this is a
issue
bad.
right here.
Don't take
This is
it.
a
Don't put
dividing
it raw.
issue. This is going to cause war.
Don't
Triscuits
put-
are
hey,
not.
I see.
Don't put
It's
it in raw,
unfortunate
okay?
someone did not show you how to eat properly.
Yeah, they did. They told me not to eat Triscuits.
Super.
Uh-huh.
Well, the bigger thing is there's a lot of fiber in it. When all the TP is gone, why are you eating fiber rich food right now?
Well, because you have to wipe less, I guess.
I guess. Super. What is your quarantine nickname?
I'm the drowsy cornbread.
Ooh.
That's the good stuff.
That is a fantastic one. That's my second favorite porn star.
That's terrible.
Want your
And-
cornbread?
And I'm Tired Cool Ranch, snack size.
That's what she said.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's
I, was gonna give, I let somebody else take it that time.
Oh, that's a band that didn't make it onto a punk tour.
It didn't. It didn't even have the one big hit. It just, hit a wall.
Yeah.
All right, on to our next little thing. We do this at the end of every single month, and though there's nothing filming right now, they still were ordered beforehand. So this is what the Upfronts Pilot Edition.
Upfronts.
What the Upfronts is taking new shows that are coming out that nobody's watched or seen, and just based off of the title, the people here on the cast are going to try and let us know what they think the show is about based strictly on the title. So,
and we were not given any information beforehand.
We are coming into this cold.
Turkey. Sorry.
That's what she said.
you guys are finishing each other's sentences now. We've been doing this podcast for too long. Okay.
I'm sorry, there's so much editing to be done here.
Oh no! No! This is not.
No?
Edited.
This
No.
is quarantine edition.
Well, that might be edited. Okay. All right. First show is called Kids Matter Now.
Oh, please let me go first.
Go for it.
Go.
Oh, it's getting kids out of cages along the border, but in a fun way. I don't know what a fun way would mean there, but that's it. It's a comedy. It's a half-hour comedy.
Sparklers and streamers.
Which is weird.
Okay. Anybody else?
Kids matter now.
I'm Kids Matter
I'm
Now.
going with a game show on this one, not a sitcom, but a game show. Nickelodeon.
Jack says, "Wow, that was evil." I see.
with
Matter
the
Now.
current condition of the world, Kid Matter Now means that they get rid of the amendment where kids under 12 can't work. Everyone's got to work now.
No, I'm thinking it's
We're reinstating child labor. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, child labor, absolutely. Little Johnny's going to the factory.
Kids matter now.
Amazon factory. Go for it.
You got something super?
Not a
the
sponsor.
kids get to be in charge for 1 week, and the parents get to take the kids' roles, and then they get to see how hard it is to really be an adult. And then when they go back to being kids, they love it.
Kind of
Okay,
like wife
so
swap, but for children and parents.
if you've never
Yes.
watched us do this what the upfront, you'll see everybody try and give the most jokiest answer,
Except
and
for
Super will come out of left field with like something that actually sounds like the show could be about, which
And
is
then the
fine.
best-
I still think that would be funny.
Yeah,
And
I
I generally
wanna
give
see
one
kids-
answer, and then I come back later with a better answer.
I want to see kids teach the adults the ABC songs and then give them snack time.
Well, they
I
should
want
start
snack
with teaching
time.
us
Give
how to
me
wash
snack
our
time.
Okay,
hands,
so-
apparently.
So the Super Whovian freak
Yeah.
version of Kids Matter Now is LeVar Burton just reading books,
I
which
love
he is
LeVar
currently doing on Twitter out loud for people. By the way, check out LeVar Burton. He's killing it.
he's got a new podcast for doing the Reading Rainbow stuff all over again. So take a look. It's in a book. Listen to it on your podcast.
Reading Rainbow.
I did not rhyme at the end. Sorry.
Jack says it's a show that talks about issues that kids are dealing with today.
Oh, that just sounds depressing.
Oh God.
All right, here it is. It is a comedy. The production's pushed for at least 3 weeks. Wonder why.
Who could say?
It is a diva boss with no patience for working parents, adopts a baby, and has a change of heart, casting her mother of 3 assistants as an unlikely mentor and upending the office dynamics.
Oh, good God. Pass.
Yeah, I picture.
That'll get 6 episodes and get canceled.
Writer, executive producer is Shayna Goldberg-Meehan from Friends, and director is Christine Gernon from Speechless.
Okay, I'll give it 7 episodes.
It doesn't leave the studio.
All right.
Well,
on
nothing's
to-
leaving the studio right now.
These are planned to be made, so it'll be made and it won't hit the studio floor.
Well, they'll have an
it will hit the
excuse.
studio floor.
They'll have an
Next
excuse
show.
why they can't do it.
Next show, Harlem's Kitchen.
A remake of Everybody Loves Chris.
A lawyer fails as a superhero, so decides to make his own television show, Cooking.
Daredevil moves.
You said Harlem's Kitchen?
Harlem's Kitchen.
So it's rappers that take over kitchens in Harlem, and then the cooks have to go be the rappers for a week. I
All
would
your
watch
stuff is
that.
swap shows.
Yes, yes,
I would
like
watch that.
and I want it to be an Eddie Wong show. I want the
Yes.
Chinese American influence in there. I want it.
And why do they have to swap? Just have the rappers cook. I mean, come on. We get the
No.
best of both worlds. We get them cooking and doing a concert at the same time.
Have you?
No.
Eddie Wong will do that. Yeah.
You got anything, Bearded?
No, not on
No.
that. It seems so basic, like just a regular New York sitcom comedy.
Well, it's not a comedy.
Oh,
It's
well then.
actually a drama. It's an ensemble family drama set in a fine dining restaurant in Harlem. Ellis Rice, executive chief and patriarch, runs a successful restaurant with his wife and 3 daughters. But an unexpected death thrusts the family into turmoil and puts the restaurant's future in jeopardy as long-buried secrets are revealed. Dun dun dun.
Ooh.
Sounds like an NBC
Oh, no.
show.
They
ABC.
Oh, 80.
And
Oh,
you got Delroy Lindo from The Good Fight, Cheryl Lee Ralph, Miguel
Delroy
Gomez, Claire Hope Ashite from 7 Seconds, Adriana Mitchell, and Pepe Sanuga is the cast.
the secret sauce is not so secret.
HGZ Grok says an urban remake of Alice's Diner. Love
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Hashtag kiss my grits.
So good.
Okay. Let's see how far of a Star Wars take this one goes, just by the name. Rebel.
I'm sorry. Is everybody waiting for me to go first?
No, I'll
I'm
go
waiting for
first.
anybody.
Is it a behind the scenes Truman style show of Rebel Wilson?
Oh,
yes, please. I would watch that, please.
Because she seems like she would be fun with a hidden camera.
I
on
feel
her.
like she does have a show coming out too.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is her show actually.
I want to go with the obvious and probably true. Like if I had to guess, it's a drama about rebel soldiers in the Civil War. It's not funny. It's not good.
No.
Nobody
Why
wants
the
to see it.
Civil
No,
War?
I do like Jack's idea of the last, what the Harlem's Kitchen. It is a cooking show that covers the large, extreme, various cultures that are represented in Harlem. That sounds like
That
actually a really cool show.
That would
So-
actually be fun.
And HJZ Grok put Rebel Wilson gets a sitcom. Ha ha ha.
There you go.
Same wavelength. You got anything for us, Masonic, on Rebel?
For Rebel, I don't know. Two guys that are broke decide to mix a Bud Light and the Corona together and see what happens.
God.
Oh no!
I'm gonna redact. I'm gonna say Firefly Redux.
Ooh,
Dude.
that'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
All right. Rebel is inspired by the life of Aaron Brockovich today. The drama revolves around Annie, Rebel Bello, a blue-collar legal advocate without a law degree, a funny, messy, brilliant, and fearless woman who cares desperately about the causes she fights for and the people she loves. When Rebel applies herself to a fight she believes in, she will win at almost any cost. The cast does include in the title role Katie Segal, John Corbett, James Lazure, Ariel Barrera, Tamala Jones, and Andy Garcia.
I will watch anything Katie Segal chooses to
That's
do.
what I'm saying, yeah. And Aaron Brockovich is a producer on this, of course. So,
Of course.
I saw the movie.
I mean, if it was actually Julia Roberts, then maybe, but whatever.
Okay. This show is Wreckage.
Wreckage.
Oh, it's
live action Wreck-It Ralph movie.
it's a story about repo men or tow truck drivers that are pulling stuff out of highways.
No. It's Miley Cyrus just running into everything with a wrecking ball. And the theme song is
That would be hilarious.
No,
Maybe-
it's
wait.
just Miley Cyrus's life.
Miley Cyrus's career. Yeah.
Ruru2 said that Rebel sounds like She-Hulk.
Oh.
Our producer Jack Malice says Wreckage is this
podcast. Yeah. Anybody else got anything?
Oh no. I'm just trying to that's a dead sound.
It's
Yeah.
the story of the movie Crash if it had actually gone better. Like if everybody interacted in their own different lives, but
didn't Crash have a TV show?
But like
Did
a
it?
positive.
It's called Wreckage.
Is it all the footage that was left on the floor of Fast and Furious movies all the way through the years? So it's just like one big wrecking ball of a Fast and Furious movie?
Yes, please.
All right. Last.
Rurutu's got a good one.
Yeah.
A spaceship crash landed in New Zealand. Now the entire world wants to invade Middle Earth for alien tech.
Winner.
You shall not pass.
The show is based on Emily Bleeker's book. The drama revolves around Lillian Linden, who on the surface looks like a brave survivor of a plane crash, but she's been lying to her family, her friends, and the world since rescue helicopters scooped her and her fellow survivor, Dave Hall, off a deserted island in the South Pacific. Missing for almost 4 years, the castaways are thrust into the spotlight after the rescue, becoming media darlings overnight, but they can't tell the real story, so they lie.
I thought that was Lost.
That's exactly Lost.
That's how it should have ended.
It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Don't remake it.
There is no cast for this, just writers and co-producers.
No, it's Matthew Fox and Evangeline Lilly. We already know that.
Well, it's
all right.
definitely not Gilligan's Island. Shoot.
Last show for this version of What the Upfronts. 30-something else.
Come on,
30
man. They already made a
something
movie
else?
about that. I didn't even watch it. I just know that Jennifer Garner was in it, maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
No,
Mark
no.
Ruffalo, 13 going on 30. Yeah.
Yeah, Jennifer Garner was way too young for 30-something. It was a show about like people it was like Friends, but more dramatic and older. And I don't want a redux, so I'm not even gonna guess.
Is it?
I mean, the original show was literally called 30-something. So
there was an original show?
Yeah,
I
there
don't
was a show
remember
called 30-something like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Is
it,
this is definitely a reboot of that series.
A group of 30-year-olds, 30-something-year-olds go back and get their GED.
30-something else. Let's say a bunch of 30-year-olds go to space. They decide they all want to be astronauts. They're like, you know what? We're in our 30s. We still have time left. Let's go to space.
Boy,
then their spaceship crashed in New Zealand, and now everyone wants to go to Middle Earth and get their alien tech.
Jack says, "Man, I need another beer." And you guys hit it on the nose with the first part of it. It is a new take on the beloved original of 30 something, and it's focusing on
their beloved part of that.
It's focusing on the children of the main characters from the initial series who are now in their 30s themselves, and the stars from the original series will reprise their roles.
There is nothing new under the sun, and
sorry,
Hairball, when it comes to Hollywood.
Well, the cast, you've got Ken Olin, Mel Harris, Timothy Busfield, Patricia Wettig, Chris Wood.
That's on the original one. He was one of the original guys on 30.
Yeah, these are some originals. Yeah, these are originals. Chris Wood from Supergirl, Odette Annabelle from House and Tell Me a Story, Patrick Fugit from Almost Famous, Auden Thornton from This Is Us, Melanie Mayron, Polly Draper, and Kendrick Sampson.
Okay, God damn it! If they're gonna have a fantastic cast, I'm gonna have to watch at least one episode just to see these quality people put their time into it. I'm gonna watch at least one.
How many times do we bitch about them remaking movies? Now they're remaking a television show. So why are you gonna watch it?
Well, they're sequelizing
because the talent, the quality of the talent, man. If those people signed up, there's a reason.
The first one.
I'm gonna give them a pass on the first one. That's all I'm saying.
How many episodes? How many episodes is it going?
One episode.
It'll go a season or two at least.
You got to give them 2 episodes because the first episode is gonna be nothing but pure nostalgic and not gonna do anything for the storylines. You got to give something like this. You got to give 2 episodes.
Yeah, the first episode is gonna be a bunch of cutted room 4 from the first show.
Jack wants to know in the chat what everybody's drinking. So if you guys are drinking stuff let them know in the chat. Ruru2 says about 30 something else. In the year 2030, 30 astronauts are the first to land on Mars, but something goes wrong. And 2 seasons of poo potatoes, Matt Damon comes to the rescue. And then HJZ Grok loves 30 something.
Just shit farming for 2 episodes.
Hey, what if we take the 30 astronauts that land on Mars and just say, hey, here's 10 things you can live with. Good luck. Bye.
It's like Naked and Afraid, but on Mars.
Yes. 30 strangers are left on the red planet with only 10 items. Who will survive?
And no clothes. And we're going to watch
them. And that's what's the upfront. A show hit its 15th anniversary 2 days ago, and
the first
I don't know how well this is gonna go, but this is what is your geek knowledge. The Office hit its 15-year anniversary, and so we were going to do What's Your Geek Knowledge about The Office. What's Your Geek Knowledge is a trivia that I bounce off everybody to see who can do the best at this. And during this,
better about my chances now.
You have the question, and that's worth 3 points if you can get it without any multiple choice. If you need the multiple choice, it's worth 1 point. You get what they call a duh, which means that you can. If you think somebody else isn't going to know the answer, you send it to that person. And if they can't answer it, you get the points. They lose points. And you get a swoop where you think you know the answer and you swoop the question away from somebody and take their points.
So you get 1 swoop and 1 duh?
1 swoop and 1 duh.
Oh, a duh.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
we'll be a little forgiving if you just say duh.
Yeah, that's fine.
What she said.
Thank you.
And as always, I go by how people are on the screen. And Icy Zorro is my first one on the screen, so he will get the first question. And let's jump over here.
Bring it to
me. All right. Robert's Nick Cat there.
What does Michael pretend to fire Pam over in season 1?
Question. Multiple choice.
Stealing Post-it notes, not answering the phone, or wearing her glasses.
Stealing Post-it notes.
Oh, I see.
That is correct.
Post-it notes.
Masonic. You ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's Pam's favorite flavor of yogurt?
Multiple.
Vanilla, strawberry, or mixed berry?
Mixed berry.
Correct.
Yeah, that was a total guess.
Bearded Master, you ready?
Let's do it.
A foreign exchange student lived with Michael when he was young. What did the foreign exchange student take from Michael back to what was formerly Yugoslavia?
Multiple choice.
All of his blue jeans, all of his shorts, or his favorite shoes?
Swoop.
Swoop, okay. What is it?
Blue jeans.
That's correct. Who swooped?
That would be Masonic.
So Sonic takes a point.
Wasn't me. I wasn't brave enough.
Yeah, that's and then Marty loses out on his. Okay, Super.
Mhm.
This is gonna be a shot in the dark for you, I'm sure.
Probably.
All right. Finish the quote from Dwight when he was asking Michael questions after being offered the spare room in Michael's new condo. Question: my grandparents left me a large number of blank.
Toilet paper.
No.
I have no idea. I vaguely know who Dwight is.
Oh, that hurts me. Dwight's
No,
such a
actually,
good
I know
character.
who Dwight is. I know who Dwight is. I take that back. I've seen all the memes. Yeah.
I want to wrestle you down and make you watch the rest of The Office.
Hey,
Or maybe I'll get to it during quarantine.
They have a large
What did you
number
say? Artichokes?
of armoires.
Oh, armoires.
They have a large number of armoires. Armoires. God, you say that.
Who even uses
Sounds
that
very
word?
true.
That's like such an antiquated word. Nobody ever
Right.
uses that.
Dwight is the
The
user of that word.
Schrute.
Yes.
Sounds like Dwight Schrute.
If
Yeah.
you know his character. Yeah. Okay. Back to IC Zorro. What's Phyllis's maiden name?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Multiple.
Vance, Lappin, or Lanpin?
Landpin.
Nope. It was Lappin.
Ah, damn it.
All right, Masonic.
All right.
I can tell you what her husband's name is.
That's not the question, though. Shut up.
That was Vance, was the last name.
Advanced refrigeration.
Yeah. What does Michael ask Pam to spread on his foot that he burned on a George Foreman grill?
Multiple.
It is cheese, butter, or lettuce.
Swoop.
Cheese. I said cheese first.
Well, I heard the
didn't.
swoop, so I haven't given you if
Yeah.
it's a yes or not. What is
Butter.
it's butter. It's your one swoop. And
All
you're
right.
back tied up with Vader. Bearded Master. What does Kevin suggest Dwight put in his gun holster?
Oh crap.
I hope
Multiple
not.
choice.
That's kind of squishy.
A cell phone, a
Guess.
banana, or a toy gun?
A banana.
That's correct.
I was going to say salami.
Okay, Super. Are you ready?
Yeah.
At Phyllis and Bob Vance's wedding, what did Michael say everyone called Phyllis back in high school? And you can take multiple choices. if you
Yeah,
want.
I guess I'll
You
take
don't
a
know
And I
multiple
don't have a
choice then.
swoop anymore.
You don't have a swoop anymore. The only people that have swoops are Bearded Master and Super.
Everyone but me. Yeah.
The multiple choice is less urban Aunt Jemima, Phil, or Easy Rider.
The first one. Because why not?
No, it was Easy Rider.
Yeah.
It was definitely Easy Rider.
I see Zorro. What kind of sandwich does Michael have a dream about when he's the head of Michael Scott Paper Company?
I'm gonna go duh to
Okay.
Masonic Vader.
Okay, Masonic, and you don't get a multiple choice because he gave it to you before that.
Okay. Can you repeat the question?
What type of sandwich does Michael Scott have a dream about when he's the head of Michael Scott Paper Company?
Fuck. We'll go. I'm just gonna throw out tuna fish.
Just tuna fish?
And
Oh, don't help.
it's
tuna fish, and I don't know.
It's still
pickles.
wrong.
No, it's still wrong. It was peanut butter and tuna fish.
It was really close. I'm surprised that you got the two
He
to
was
fifth part.
partly
It was
there.
so
That's
close. It was so close. Don't help, dude.
I'm not trying to help. He had it partly right, so I had to... You get your point, I see. That's actually 3.
I will take it. I will take it.
Okay. Masonic Vader. Ready?
Yep.
Dwight tells Jim's roommate that he keeps an extra pair of shoes in his car for special occasions. What kind of shoes are they?
Duh to super. Because I want my point.
Super.
Crocs.
Just take a shot in Crocs.
Vans. What are those stupid Skechers?
No, they're not. They're Birkenstocks.
I was close with the Crocs.
You guys are getting actually good guess answers.
Yeah.
All
I was just trying to think of the most ridiculous shoe I could.
Bearded Master. Ready?
Yep.
On the day that he's supposed to move to Boulder, Colorado, Michael says, I can't do this. All the channels are going to be different there. I'm not going to be able to find my shows. I'm not going to start blank at level 1. I don't think my credits.
What?
I don't think my credits are going to transfer. Michael says the day before he moves to Boulder, Colorado, I can't do this. All the channels are going to be different there. I'm not going to be able to find my shows. I'm not going to start blank at level 1. I don't think my credits are going to transfer.
You say we get points if they get the duh wrong?
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and super.
He said, I can't do this. All the channels are going to be different there. I'm not going to be able to find my shows. I am not going to start blank at level 1. I don't think my credits are going to transfer.
I don't know. Super Mario Brothers.
I don't
watch the show.
It's fine. I like your guesses. It's improv. It's improv credits.
Oh, improv. I didn't even know improv gave credits.
That's why it's so, yeah. That's the joke. Super. And Jack says the most ridiculous shoe would have been clown shoes.
Well, no, that's not true because with clown shoes, you're wearing the whole outfit. I mean, I challenge you to find one person that is, wearing just clown shoes on their own because the whole clown outfit is ridiculous. Let's not lie.
Okay.
But the most ridiculous shoe on their own is the Croc.
Super, I'll give you your question. During the Glee Watch Party episode, what does Michael say he drinks while eating bags of vegetables that steam right inside their own bag?
Bach Chardonnay. Because why not?
Yeah, seems right.
That's a good guess.
Yeah. I mean, if you're having steamed vegetables in a bag, you're probably cheap and you're buying the Bach Chardonnay.
You're really close. It was a glass of sangria.
Ah.
I'd give it to her. I'd give it to her.
So
honestly, I want to give her the point.
Okay.
That's funny.
Then we'll give her the point. Then she'll be at -5 points because you guys keep a-dying her. You evil people.
I've never a-dud her.
Okay. Back to IC. In the episode where Ryan started the fire, which game does Michael say he plays every night before bed?
Tetris.
What's that?
Tetris.
No. It was Who Would You Do?
Yeah, you were close.
Masonic Vader.
Yo.
What did Kevin buy for himself when he got himself for Secret Santa?
Multiple choice.
A foot massager, a foot bath, or M&M's?
Foot massager.
Foot bath.
Foot bath. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually remember that one.
Bearded Master.
Let's go.
What's Stanley's morning 3x5?
Multiple choice.
Iced tea, 3 sugars, 5 creams. Coffee, 3 sugars, 5 creams. Tea, 3 sugars, 5 creams.
Say them again.
Iced tea, 3 sugars, 5 creams.
Iced tea, coffee, or tea. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he said some. I thought he was giving different mixtures.
No.
My bad. Coffee.
It is iced tea. Super. What's the name of Dwight's porcupine who he used to make it look like Jim was pranking him?
That he used to make it look like Jim.
Do you want the multiple choices?
Sure, yeah.
Hilly, Henry, or Henrietta?
Oh, okay, yeah, that wasn't where I was going.
Can I swoop here?
You can swoop. You still have your swoop.
Henry.
Swoop. So what's
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What's the answer?
Henrietta.
Correct.
That's what I would have said.
We have
My
a three-way
answer
tie.
would have been Spiky Jim Jr.
Last round, three-way tie between Bearded Master, Icy Zoro, and Vader. They're all at 5 points. Icy Zoro, what's in the thermos that Michael offers Pam during morning deliveries for the Michael Scott Paper Company?
Give me a multiple.
Milk and sugar, cream and sugar, or coffee and sugar?
Cream and sugar.
Nope. It's milk and sugar. All right. Masonic Vader.
Yeah.
When talking about the state senator's proposal, why does Angela say she doesn't normally like a flower in her hair?
Multiple.
It's so cliche. It's so civil rightsy. It's so tacky.
So civil rightsy.
That is correct. Vader takes the lead.
That's a good call.
Bearded Master.
Let's go.
You ready for this? What brand is Michael wearing on the day he accidentally wearing a woman's suit?
Multiple choice.
Mystery, or Sassy Pants?
Sex Panther.
I want to say Sassy Pants.
It
is wrong. It's Mysterious. So Vader wins. Woo-hoo!
Yes.
2 quick little nerd news stories. The first one is, so NASA was talking about sending 10.9 million people to Mars on their next Mars mission. Well, technically, the way that they're doing that is they selected 10.9 million names that are going to be added to the Mars rover on the unmanned mission getting sent there. So, yeah, people got their names added to a list of chips in the rover to be able to say, hey, my name is on Mars.
Hey, let me correct it. It wasn't that they picked 10.9 million people. What they did is 10.9 million people signed up to put their names on the rover, which my son and I did. So cool to us.
So is your name on it then?
Yeah.
You're literally
one of the 10.9 people on that little chip there. Yeah. And
So-
so what they did is last year, they offered it out there where NASA said you can go online, you could sign your name up on it, and they did it for a certain period of time. I think it was like March 31st last year or something. I remember it was around my birthday. And so my son and I did it, and sure enough, all those names that signed up are all going to go on this chip. But they did select one 7th grader because he came up with the name for the rover, which I think is
to be shot into space. Yeah.
So what you're saying is that this is as redundant as me taking up that Groupon for property on Mars. I should buy it's half off right now. So when that rover lands on, I can sue everybody that's on there for trespassing on my property.
Jack says, yes, any alien that can master interstellar space will be able to riddle out something as simple as the English language. I don't know.
No, I disagree. I feel like sending our names out there to whoever, to whatever alien consciousness, like why do we think they even have the same like discretionary tools to read our same languages?
No, you don't know.
Hey, I'm crossing my fingers. Maybe it's
the bigger question is, Masonic, since you have you and your son's name on there, are you worried that becomes a hit list for the aliens because they're like, what is this thing? It's encroaching on our property, and they come after everybody that's names are on there?
No, I'm actually hoping that it's a bunch of Vulcans that find it and they come to save us, the 10.9 million people from the pandemic that's going on right now. How about that? I'll take that one. Peace out, peeps. I'm going to go be the Vulcan way. Live long and prosper. Right there. Peace out.
This is First Contact. It's everybody that's on there is going to be the people that are going to get to go create the new Federation.
The Federation has said that they're not going to initiate First Contact until some of us, like elevate our propulsion systems to the point where we have to be contacted. So
maybe they'll give us a little bit of a break since we did send something to Mars. That shows that we have some skill.
Okay, the other nerd news story that was seen. So Disney Plus was in the news because of Bob Iger's whole plan to get Disney Plus going even better. Talking about getting shows that didn't meet a certain criteria not being put onto it and being sent to Hulu. Well, apparently Disney Plus is sending out surveys to their subscribers asking us if they would like to see shows like Buffy and Firefly added to the streaming service. What do you guys think?
Do you even need to ask me? Yes, always.
They're already on Hulu though, so why? I mean, I guess so you don't have to buy 2 streaming services. So yeah, cool. But I have both, so to me, I don't care. Get Hulu.
I think it has to go towards more of like what they eventually put on the catalog for Disney Plus,
Yeah.
and putting these shows on there rather than putting them on Hulu. At a certain point, everything's going to be away. I mean, by the time the all gets done and said, Disney's going to own all of Hulu anyway, so it's going to be one streaming service.
They already do own the majority of it.
Yeah, but
when did Disney get the rights to Firefly?
Because Fox owns Firefly.
Okay.
Yes, we didn't watch it on Fox over here. It was on UPN. And that's the thing with this. I think that this is just them testing out, like, should we really be minimizing it down to just child content and family content when Mandalorian is what got them really kicked off in the first place. And they keep pushing shows to Hulu or not getting shows done because they're too mature for it. So if a bunch of people come in and say, yes, put Buffy on there. Yes, put Firefly on there, then that tells them, hey, we can do stuff with a little bit more adult content.
Well, I think I mentioned this the last time we talked about Disney Plus, which was last week or the week before, whatever. That they're one of the few services that actually are doing a good job of separating all their content from genres. So they've got their Disney, they've got their Pixar, they've got Star Wars and whatnot. So they're doing a good job of separating. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to put it on there and make it a separate subtext, because like HJ in the chat room saying, well, maybe their kids don't, or parents don't want their kids to see this stuff. Well, I'm a parent. My kid's on Disney Plus, and all they have to do is make a separate subject title where they would have to have access, maybe by hitting a pin code in or something like that. That's the one thing I think they've done a phenomenal job with Disney Plus, is they've been able to separate all this different content. I mean, The Simpsons and everything's all on there, and it's just a quick shot away. That's the one thing they've got over all the other pay channels.
If they did a passcode like they do on Netflix and everything else.
Yeah, exactly.
It's no different. They can easily do that.
Easily. So there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Buffy, well, maybe the later seasons. The first couple seasons, not so much, but season 6 especially, that's where it really, I don't want to say jump the shark because it didn't jump the shark, but it jumped from being more of a teenage drama to a full-on adult.
Ruru2 says it's not separating by genre, it's age gating. And then Jack is on the Orville kick. He wants to know when the heck season 3 of Orville's coming out. So it's supposed to be a Hulu exclusive.
I also want to know when season 3.
I want to know when season 2 of Tiger King is coming out.
But I mean, has anybody gotten a survey for this? I didn't check my email. I didn't get the survey.
I didn't see it come through.
Yeah, I just looked at my email. I didn't see anything in there but something about, I don't know, shows that are adding and stuff right now. I haven't seen an actual survey come out to me yet.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely check yes on it, because I mean, I understand what HJZ Grok is saying. There are going to be parents that are like, I only want the kid stuff on there, but Mandalorian, I think, is even more hard than some of Firefly was. So I don't see why you wouldn't have stuff to that.
I mean, there's movies that are on Disney Plus that aren't children, really necessarily kids appropriate. They're more adult movies, and they're already on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
there's no reason why a 10-year-old should be watching 10 Things I Hate About You, and stuff like that. But they're all on there already.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Last thing of today's episode, it is Somebody's Got to Talk About It.
We need to talk.
You talking to me?
Oh my God! Who told you?
Have you told anyone else about this?
What you talking about?
Look who's talking.
Somebody's got to talk about is the weird, odd, strange stories or things that somebody's got to talk about. And while we're all here quarantined, the strange, odd thing that we do is try to find good shows to watch. And a website, Snip Daily, put the 10 best streaming shows of 2020 so far. And I just wanted to get everybody's little insights if they've watched any of these shows. So let's go through this. The number 10 was Queen Sono for Netflix.
Never heard of it.
Basically a female James Bond is what it said.
Heard really good things.
I haven't even heard of it. So
Never heard of it. Moving on.
Okay. Well, we know that somebody on this cast watches this and talks about how great of a stream this is. Mythic Quest Ravens.
Haven't watched it. Heard it's good.
Mythic Quest, you haven't watched?
I thought AA Ron's the one that watched it.
I thought Icy Zoro was the one.
Absolutely. On the top 10, it's on the top 5. Mythic Quest is goddamn fantastic.
There we go.
Is it on again? Is it on Hulu?
It's on Apple TV. So another subscription service that you'd have to get.
Out of your Apple phone,
It's on the Apple TV.
There you go.
How about the new Dracula on Netflix?
I didn't even know there was a new Dracula.
I didn't either.
Why
Why
I
would
want
I?
to watch it.
No, it was a BBC
Dracula,
show.
right?
It was a BBC series that they pushed over to Netflix. The Dracula series, and it's brand new.
That's why I haven't watched it yet, because I don't have the BBC streaming.
I mean,
Well, no, it's on
trust
Netflix.
BBC.
It's a Netflix.
I haven't
Well,
seen
now
it,
it's
but I
on
trust
Netflix,
BBC.
though.
Yeah. So, you've got the Chef Show,
Which is a good show. I like it.
Okay.
I watched his movie Chef I thought was fantastic, and essentially it's just basically them going around. Think of like carpool or what's that? Coffee with comedians or whatever it is. That's kind of
Yeah.
Think of like
Very
that kind
different.
of concept, but
Of
like
course.
around
I've
food.
seen previews for this movie, and it's everyone that I love baking stuff. It's weird. Like, I didn't even know that was a possible show.
Yeah, so it's Jon Favreau going around doing something he loves, because that's why he made the Chef movie in the first place. HJZ Grok wants to watch the Dracula on Netflix, the new Dracula. We've also got I'm Not Okay With This, which they said Lock and Key was disappointing. This one blows people away. It's short, meaning it is focused on the key characters without ever derailing itself with pointlessness. It has likable characters who get all the season screen time. Its Carrie-esque storyline ends brilliantly and leaves a cliffhanger we can't wait to have continue in season 2.
Yeah, I'll give it a try. Because Lock and Key has such a good premise behind it, and I don't dislike the cast at all. It's just it's supposed to be a horror type thing, and there's no horror.
HJZ Grok says yes. I'm not okay. Yes, and says it's really good. The thing with Lock and Key is it is a fantastic comic book, but it doesn't the translation on Netflix didn't it's not as good as the comic. Just read the comic. Go get the Lock and Key comic. It is a fantastic comic book. So all right, number 5, Masonic, get on this one. Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Hell yeah. Binge watch the entire freaking first 6 seasons just to watch the 7th. It's awesome. I mean, you could actually get away with it too, because they're 22-minute episodes. But it like we mentioned before, and I'm sure everyone else has seen this series. It talks about we watch Attack of the Clones, and then episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. It just does a lot of stuff in between that we really wanted to see in those first on those 2 movies. So in this last season, it's amazing. Like I'm very excited. My son loves it. I love it. It's a great series.
And then The Outsider on HBO. I've heard nothing but great things about.
Yes, it's a definite. I started watching it, and I had to where I was watching it, I had to stop watching it so I could just focus in and just do nothing but watch this show, because it's just everything about it. It's a great watch, something that you really just sit there and want to watch. But it's an HBO show, and you sit there and want to, and it's Bateman's behind it, so it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, and then HJZ Grok said halfway through Clone Wars a bit political, but want to get back to it. It is a great series. So. And
yeah, just to go on that really quick, HJ, it is political to a point, but that's what I did appreciate about those original series, or the second 1 through 3, is because you had Obi-Wan Kenobi in there doing a lot of that stuff, and in the actual movie, and in that cartoon and the Clone Wars, it's very good, man. You'll make it through it. It's good. The last season you'll really love.
And then the last 2 are just shows that if you already like them, then you're probably going to go back to them, because it's Curb Your Enthusiasm is back, and Sex Education season 2. So I didn't watch Sex Education season 1, so I don't know anything but Curb.
And I never watched Curb.
Oh my God.
You can never go wrong with Curb.
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 I mean, between Larry David, And even when you go back in the old seasons, you know, you got Jeff Garland in there, you got JB Smoove. I mean, everything about
okay. Unpopular opinion. I hate JB Smoove. Hate him. Hate him to death.
Wow.
But I've heard
take
that
it easy.
Curb is good, so I can do that.
Yeah, I can understand why JB Smoove gets annoying, but I don't hate him. But he does get annoying sometimes.
Yeah, you got to take that beanie off a little bit, man. I think it's a little tight on that nugget
It's
there.
been on for
There you
10
go.
seasons?
So,
Wow.
Curb, yeah.
Oh,
So-
wow. I didn't
you
know
gotta
that.
remember, it was on for a long time, and then it came back after like a few years off.
It's currently just
Yeah.
re-going.
That's
Hey,
right.
I
I
see.
forgot. That's the Larry
Season 10.
David show, right?
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
You got to really
Okay.
curb your enthusiasm about JB Smoove, right?
Well, I do like Larry David, so I might watch
Well,
it.
let's curb our enthusiasm about being on this podcast. Thank you guys for joining us and watching our ramblings for the last hour. Hopefully, we gave you a little bit of fun of something to do while you're quarantined. That's it. That's the show. That's this week's podcast. We'll be back next week with I don't know what we're going to do next week.
We probably gave them a reason why they don't want to be quarantined anymore.
So that's it. That's this week's podcast. Thank you guys for coming and joining us. Thank you for being here. We do greatly appreciate it. Hopefully everybody is staying safe out there. That's our biggest thing. We want you all to be safe. And thank you for spending time with us. Let's talk about where you can follow us outside of this. See where you can follow us outside of this podcast. I see Zorro. Where can people follow you outside this cast?
At IC Zorro on Twitter, Instagram, PlayStation Network, and just in general, stay the
Yeah.
I know, I can see you shaking your head. It's just a real good thing.
I think Michael Rappaport's was a little bit better.
Sonic Vader, where can people follow
I
you?
didn't see that one.
But yeah, check it out. It's awesome. Michael Rappaport, he did a good video. It's about an hour long. Good times. Masonic Vader on Twitter, Masonic Vader 71 on PlayStation Network, or is it vice versa? I don't know. Is it vice versa?
like
I can't tell you. I mean, I'm 4 beers in. I think I'm good. But yeah, and you'll be seeing me on more of the Call of Duty stuff. So I'll be joining you guys and blowing people up.
Bearded Master.
You can find me Instagram and Twitter, A Bearded Master. You can also find me on Twitter at Boot to the Face and Boot to the Face _ on Instagram.
Super Hoovy and Freak.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Super Hoovy and Nut and on Instagram at Super Hoovy and Freak. I don't know what I'm going to be tweeting about because all of my shows are now officially on hiatus with filming being suspended, even though they have episodes filmed.
Binge The Office.
Well, yeah, but I won't be tweeting about it.
I know.
I mean, my Instagram is full of like day 6 of quarantine, and it's just So we'll see. Maybe I'll make a quarantine chronicles about my.
Hey, you're actually. I have to give kudos to your cat. That is social distancing at its finest, right there. At least 6 feet. You're good.
Yeah, she is. Oh, she's a nut.
If you want to listen to previous episodes, head over to malicecorp.com or look us up on anywhere that you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, podcast.com, Apple, all those places.
All the places that podcasts live.
Yeah, and thank you for subscribing. Thank you for leaving a review and commenting. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment. Thank you, guys. If you want to follow me, you can check me out on Twitter at @mest_Malice Corp or on Instagram at mest5150. Thank you again for being here, and stay safe. We will see you guys next Friday. You keep nerding on.
6 feet away, right?
Yep.
Carry on.